Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. I'm doing what I do for you. Oh, I got a bunch of stuff laid out, so I need to get to my job. So let's get this thing started. Brandism. 25 rules to live by storytelling. Story with a message and story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. Hope they're working out for you. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission. That's what I'm on. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all those who claim to be right thinkers know themselves. That's my mission. It should be your goal to do just that. Know yourself. That's what you're tuning for. That's what I got to do for you. Let's go. Knowing thyself is the question I ask. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer, tune in. That's what I do for you. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know, dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I'm the spiritual monk. I'm here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers. Know thyself. Into my yacht. Be true. We're still here. I got about 30 pages of information coming out of this book, so we're going to be here for a minute. So this is lesson number 2. The title is The Elements, right? Let's talk about the elements of human consciousness and the personality. Yeah, we get into that personality thing, the mind thing, what makes you tick. So get a better understanding of who you really are. That's the purpose of this lesson. Let's go. A human being is a complex of many elements, which together are referred to as what? The personality. Okay? The personality may also be referred to as, here you go, ego. That's who we identify. I keep trying to make this. I learned this years ago, so it's still fresh with me because this where I learned it from. So it's like going back home and getting comfortable with an old friend. But yeah, the ego is your personality, who you identify with. Understand that, please. So watch this. Moving on. Called the ego. Where we at? Where we at? Where my guy at? Okay. All the elements of the personality does what? Emanate or originate from where? The universal ocean of consciousness, aka the divine self or God. The ego is what? A unit of identity. Me, I, myself. It is what? The idea, here you go, of what? Self concept of individuality, aka a wave, as opposed to the idea of the universal ocean. You believe you're one person. No, universal, we all one under God's tutelage and spiritual concepts. So get with the movement, expand your consciousness. And just like a wave, think this is different than the ocean. The ocean is what? Pure consciousness. That's God. The triad of what? Mental experience is the basic factor of human existence. You think in threes. It is the factor that what? Sustains what? The ego. Me, myself, and I. Hello. However, the triad is what? Not the only factor operating in the human consciousness. Why? In order to in order to have what? A more complete understanding as to the nature of human consciousness, there what needs to be a deeper sheeting, which is study of what? The elements that what compose the human personality. The following is a diagram to assist in the understanding of the relationship between the different levels of consciousness. Did you know we had levels, different levels of consciousness? Probably not, but that's the whole idea of being taught and being enlightened. You learn something that you didn't previously know. If you come here, you're going to learn something that you don't already know. I can guarantee you that. The primeval ocean, which means pure, undifferentiated consciousness, meaning the noon. I keep telling you, before anything, time and space is that. Now he's gonna bring stuff into existence. So that's why the Big Bang, or when everything started existence. Let's go. Now with this concept, the human ego is like a wave in the ocean. Again, it used the ocean analogy, and I love it. Both the ocean and the wave, the water, are what? Composed of the same constituents, right? Like the human body, we got the spirit of God in us. So what that make us? God. Spiritual beings having human experience. God just don't, have it. He do his thing elsewhere. But he make everything happen through him conceptually. So he tell you that everything came through me. And watch this, because they both had the same constituents, but watch this, because they are being what? Evaluated based on what? Their gross forms and the names which they have been assigned in the creation, the ocean versus the wave. One and the same. Humans, God. One and the same. They are viewed as being separate, but wait, and distinct entities. Wrong. Seemingly, what? The human soul, similarly, the human soul is what? A focus of what? The cosmic consciousness, a wave of consciousness that arises from the ocean of consciousness, which will end up going back to the consciousness, just as the wave, watch this, the wave as essential to the ocean, so too the seemingly individual soul is in reality the same as the universal soul. Essentially, they are what? One and the same. God and I are one. My Father and I are one. They've been telling you that since beginning time. I'm just reiterating it to you. Why? That's the truth. Calm down. I'm big on this ego thing. Why? Because that's who you identify with. If you don't identify with the ego being ignorant and not good, you need to understand how to conquer it. Sorry. Speaking of which, perfect segue. Egoism, duality. What that means. Separation from the self and attachment to what? The illusionary personality. You think everything out here is good. No. That's the illusion we fall under. We want worldly stuff. We all like nice stuff. I understand that. But when you put more stock into having stuff and accumulating things, you're filling your ego. I don't need my ego massage. I had that done a long time ago. It don't do nothing for you. Okay? There's nothing in having your ego massaged. The human soul, the true individual, is being unaware of his universal self, right? That's being ignorant of who you are. Perfect example. Sees itself as what? Being separate. I'm by myself. I'm all alone. I'm always in good company when I'm by myself. You figure that one out. When you believe you're separate, finite, and limited, you earthbound. That means you only deal with what's here. All you know is this. I'm spiritual. I got a mental concept that takes me to another level of understanding. It is only in touch with what? Wave-like existence, physical stuff, and the existence of other ways around it. Yeah, other people like you. Y'all are all birds of a feather flock together. All y'all egoistic people hang out. CEOs, presidents, all y'all got your own little clubs. Okay? Why? Because that's how y'all are. Singular. Separate yourself. Only want to be with people like yourself, aka the Jews. Little tidbit there. Now, it is, watch this, that is ignorant of its, and is ignorant of its what? Deeper essence, and the deeper essence of all other ways. They don't know God. Watch this. And the universal soul, the ocean. So it what? Becomes attached to what? To its ignorant understanding, as well as its concepts of what? Being an individual in the world of more individuals. We are one, brothers and sisters in spirit and however you want to look at it. But we don't see it that way. Ain't but one race, human. That means we all one, but we don't conceive it that way. We all want to be individuals that just like that wave in the ocean. I'm the wave. I'm the big wave. Next wave come by. You ain't nothing. You just another. Come on, man. Get better at understanding the individual is good to be individual, knowing who you are. That's the key. Why? Because if you recognize who you are, when this life is over, you get to go where you started at, back home. Conceptually. Now let's deal with the triad. Yeah, okay, we go. Seer, seen, and the instrument of sight and perception. Also, the realm of what? Waking. We got three of them. Dream and the dreamless sleep state of conscious. We're gonna get into that in a minute. But let me just go through this. Wrapping. I got a good time. Now let's deal with the ego consciousness. Ego consciousness operates through what? The personality, the mind, the sense, the feelings, the desires, etc. The five senses of the body, which is they call them cardinal. Okay, same thing, physical, cardinal, but we understand that's how the physical body operates in this domain. Okay, understand that. But the mind and the spirit elevates to another level that you can reach. Since your ego consciousness is what? Limited. So it's not going to rise. Why? It's going to stay right here. Why? It's comfortable here. The individual soul, watch this, can never experience what? Peace and happiness while individual identifying with what? His own ego consciousness. If you stay here, you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be pleased. You're never going to be at rest. Why? Because the individual soul have experienced what? Ocean-like unlimited bliss. Desires to what? Rediscover that bliss. You aspire, and something besides you wants more. That's what they call you aspirants. Okay, you're aspiring. The higher you want something more than the lower you who just said, "Man, we good." No, no, no. So that's the holy war to fight good and evil within yourself. I explained that to you before. Watch this. So it begins to what? Search for ways to regain that experience, knowledge, but having been what? Tainted with what? Ignorance. See, ignorance ain't a good thing. Of egoism, not a good thing. Does not be discovering, does not what by discovering its true nature. Understand this. But having been tainted with ignorance of egoism, it does not be able to discover what is true nature. But through the ego personality, that ego personality is what? Held as the what? The reality above all else. The ego thinks it's God. He's not gonna let you, he ain't gonna make it easy for you. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, that's gonna be a fight. David and Goliath. Your ego's your ego's Goliath. You need to slow him. Slow him. Don't panic. Don't get feared. Have you been David's? Okay, no problem. I'll be right back. Got a little stone, put a stone, and bam. Okay. If David was, he couldn't think, he couldn't manipulate how to figure out what he should do next move. We can't function when we're agitated, and fear causes agitation, and fear is false evidence appearing real. So you're causing it on yourself conceptually. But watch this. I done lost my place. God dang it. All right. Now, oh yeah, the ego thinks is above all else. Now, all thoughts and feelings are what? Directed toward what? Watch this. Fulfilling that egoistic whims of the personality, thinking that these will what? Lead to what? Peace and happiness. You doing all stuff you think the ego wants, and the ego wants that, but it's not going to get you where you really want to go. The human personality, watch this, is an effect of the error. Reference source not found. Why? Watch this. Of mental experience based on subject, object, and the interaction between the two. However, since the personality, here you go, is transitory and limited and weak, the search for true happiness and peace in human life becomes what? A frustrating, painful experience. Why is that? because the ego wants what it wants, and when it don't get it, it becomes depressed, frustrated, angry. All those qualities like little baby, like little kids, they don't get what they want. That's the natural reaction for egoistic people. That's why. And intermixed with what? Brief periods of relief. Every now and then stuff fall your way so you're happy and relaxation. But watch this. But never true peace and happiness. So if you are egoistic, you ain't never gonna be happy. You're gonna continuously I'm gonna chasing the dragon. You want something that you ain't gonna obtain. So that's another thing. Moving on. Okay, we're gonna hit the next one. It's called the levels of mind. Told you there's different levels. We got three different ones. Watch this. All matter, be it sentient or inert, is sustained by what? Consciousness, aka God. However, a living being reflects certain special qualities of consciousness, which give it varying degrees of what? Intelligence, knowledge of self, according to the particular life form where the spirit energy is present. From plant life, watch this, plant life to animal life to human life. Consciousness manifests in varying degrees of expansion according to the level of development of the what? Nervous system of the particular life form. Plants have nervous system too. Animals have nervous system too. We just have, along with the nervous system, consciousness is what God has. So we in his image and consciousness of knowledge and understanding. How about that? The spirit is the gift. You gaining knowledge and understanding of yourself is your job to do while we're here. What are we coming to do? To get rich and famous? Go out in history? No, none of that nonsense. Know yourself. Make it real simple. Moving on. All right? Let's see the clock. There we go. All right. I hope you get this lesson. Now, human life reflects varying degrees of what? Consciousness. The more wise you are to the world, the more better you are as a person. The more ignorant you are, the better you are as a person. Why? Because you do bad things and not so good things to get what you want from other people. That's why. And this is why what? There are certain people, here you go, who are more in touch with earthly values, with others who are what? In touch with spiritual values. If you are outdoor nature lover and you're spiritual, y'all pretty much get along. But if you're religious and egoistic, spiritual people don't get along with y'all. That's the problem. Now, according to the level of purification, spiritual people live, do, and be to purify the heart for themselves. The subject may be experience less levels of consciousness, such as pain, misery, sorrow, loneliness, morbid thoughts, etc. Those are all Satanian qualities that you suffer through when you are an egoistic person and not a spiritual driven person. Or higher levels of consciousness, such as what? Here you go. The lower levels are the lesser levels, right there, conscious, pain, misery, sorrow, loneliness, morbid thoughts, depression, etc. Watch this. But now on the higher levels of consciousness, such as harmony, living maya, peace, and happiness. Even while you are in the human body, you can become one with the divine in consciousness. That's what right thinkers, I want you to realize that one fact. You can become one while you're still here living. Oh, they pie in the sky when you die. Nonsense. Oh, you're going to go to heaven when you die. No, I want to have heaven right here before I die. Heaven, the spirit goes. I don't tell me that. I'm gonna go to heaven. I'm gonna have 72 virgins. I'm gonna go up there and have all that nonsense. That's ignorant thinking, not right thinking. So I don't subscribe to none of that. Okay, I ain't beat for that. Well, I'm gonna have to. No, when I die, spirit goes back. So don't sell me on anything. Not me. Try somebody else. Why? Just keep it moving. Why? I'm not buying. Simple. This is the idea behind what the teachings, man, watch this, are mortal gods while we're in the flesh. But we're still gods. Why? The essence of us is from God. Gods are what? Immortal men. When the body leaves, we become immortalized with the spirit. Get the picture, get the concept, get the understanding. That's all you need. I don't need you to believe. I need you to conceive and understand. And then you can manifest for yourself. I could care less about your beliefs. I don't give you mine. Okay, this is what the idea behind teach. Okay, now the Egyptian proverb states that men are mortal gods and gods are immortal men. If you understand that, watch this. And know ye that what? Ye are gods. That ain't the Egyptian proverb. That's Christian Jesus concept. The idea is what? That even though you are associated with your lower vibrational state of matter, which here in the physical world, I tell you, we in hell. Okay? So heaven's really a state of mind. George said, free your mind and your ass will follow. Why? The body got to go where the mind goes. That's why. So watch this. In the physical body, watch this. You can raise your consciousness to what? The higher vibrational state of the supreme self, aka the seventh realm of the chakra, become enlightened, open the third eye, live, do, and be, and watch it happen. It's like the lotus flower, just skyrocket like that. That's what happens when you open up that pineal gland. Boy, it's a beautiful thing. And if you never had the experience, that's what you should be shooting for. Okay, let's go. The disciplines of yoga, right there in philosophy, does what? Seek to transform. My goal is to transform my right thinker's human body into what? A purified vessel wherein what? The subtle spirit can fully manifest. You can be your best self and you can express that through what? Righteous and virtuous living every day, and your blessings will take care of the rest. I got to share. I'm in church yesterday. The lesson was about blessings. Stand on your firm, your commitment, and wait for your blessings. But why you waiting? You should be working. He didn't say just sit and just wait. No, he said work while you wait. Pray without works is dead. So if you put the prayer in, you wait for it to be answered to be blessed. You got to put the work in. By me doing that yesterday, I got blessed. I declare blue with, anybody know me know I get paid on Friday with crabs. I got a chance to eat crabs on Sunday. So blessing. But long story, but yeah, the idea is that if you doing being, your blessings will come. I had no idea. I'm gonna tell you, that's the blessing. The blessing is something that you want, that you desire, but you ain't really verbalizing it, you ain't really saying it, but deep down it's desire. So the blessing is fulfilling that desire, not the ego. Big difference. So moving on right quick. Now, if you're living doing right, your spirit will fully manifest within you. Otherwise, watch this. The energy is what? Distorted. And here we go. Ignorance and other gross qualities of the ego of your lower self emerges. Why? You'll be more adept to doing the wrong thing when you're ignorant of your higher self. The human nervous system has what? Has the potential for reflecting the highest range of what? Consciousness, cosmic consciousness, or what? Oneness with the mind of God. When you know thyself, when you reach Nihas, when you get your blessings and understand how to get them, and you perfected it, when you master every day, you live on the right thing, and you're blessed, that's when you and God become one. Why? He's controlling your pretty much your step. You're walking in grace. You're walking, you're spiritually disciplined. That's what I do. So that's what I call it. I'm gonna wrap this up right here with the order of nervous system right quick and the complexity of it. Starting with plant life. They was here first. Why? Because what they give off the trees take in what we breathe, carbon, and gives off oxygen. Watch this. We come after the animal life, who what? Sucks in oxygen and gives off carbon dioxide, which help the plants. And then you got human life, us, human beings. We function on a spiritual level once we get enlightened to ourselves and know who we are. The last one, you make the what? Transcendental experience that mystical experience, I call it the awakening, nihas, the anointment, Christhood, heart, whatever you want to call it. But when you and God become one entity in your mind and heart, mind, coherence, you are an awakened being. You are an enlightened being. You are God light. And that's the end of this lesson. I'll be back with another one. Hope you enjoyed it.